Hey everyone, so welcome to the Wip It podcast. I'm Cassie, or also known as Crafty Cassie here on this channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for staying with me, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad to have you here, and I hope there's something here to entertain you enough to hit the subscribe button and continue to join us. I am on several different media platforms. Facebook, which is Trinity Designs. I'm also on Ravelry as Crafty Cassie, and Instagram as Cassie Hills, spelled the same way here, just Hills, Hills. So you can follow me in all of those places and see what I'm up to. So it also gives me a way to communicate with you guys. So if you don't want to leave a message here on my leave a message here on my YouTube channel, you can leave a message for me on any of those other platforms. So let's go ahead and dive right on into it. I'm going to start with continuing projects, or what this podcast is all about, and that's my whips. So, first thing I have here, which is been in the work for a while now, is my boyfriend's sock. And as you can see, I've turned the heel completely now. Did my gusset pickups, and have started on the foot of the actual sock. So that is getting some momentum. And then this is all I have left. Not much. I should have just enough to get me through the rest of the sock, and maybe be able to use this for some cuffs. And that's about it. Not much left. Another project I'm working on. Let's go back to the sock. The yarn. I'm sorry, I'm very scatterbrained. I'll explain a little bit why when we get to the blather section. But sorry about that. So the yarn is Mountain Colors. It's a hand-dyed yarn in their barefoot color, or in their barefoot base, which is 60% superwash wool, 25% mohair, and 15% nylon. And this is in the color Poppy Fields. The needles I am currently using on these socks are my Knitter's Pride, I believe is what they are. They're the Dreams, or not Dreams, oh, I can't remember what they are, but they're in US 1 or 2.25 millimeter gauge. So that's that one. The next project I am working on happens to be crochet. And that would be this guy right here. I'm not going to be working on this for a while, so this will be the last time I'll show it to you guys, but I did make some progress on it. I crocheted row 25, and I'm on row 26 now. Trying to see where it started. I don't know where it started, but I haven't been on this row for very long. So yeah, this is using a size H hook, a US H hook, or 5 millimeter. What else can I tell you? Oh, the yarn is not traditional yarn. It is actually plarn. So until we go grocery shopping later tomorrow or sometime this week, all of my plastic bags I've been saving are in the guest room. And I'll explain why getting to those is a tad bit difficult. Another project I'm currently working on, another whip, is this guy, and I made a lot of progress on it. So right now I'm sitting at roughly the 4-inch mark for the, I'm going to turn it this way, body of the hat. This is a sock head slouchy beanie. This is on Ravelry. The sock pattern, I forgot to tell you about that one. The pattern is Volan Vine's favorite sock pattern. It's just a vanilla sock, and the crochet pattern is also on Ravelry, and it's a crochet market bag. I forget which one it is. I'll have to check my projects page. So, yes. Where'd it go? I also finished that baby hat I showed you guys before, the pink one. So this makes hat number 11. Or 10 or something like that, but yeah, I still gotta do the ends and stuff, but that's another baby hat. And then I started another one. But again, the yarn I need to finish it is in the guest room, and can't get to it right now. So that's done for now. My last project that I am currently working on is this guy. And see if I can extend it a little bit. I need to switch to my 40-inch circular cord, which I just bought. And as of right now, I am working on the garter stitch, the second set of garter stitch. I completely finished the short rows. The needles I am using are my Knit Picks Rosewood interchangeable needles, and these are in a US size 6 or a 4mm needles. The yarn I'm using is Madeline Tosh in their Merino singles, the Merino Light singles, which is just 100% superwash merino wool. This variegated color here is Mare, and this solid bit here for the lace work is, what is it? Ink. So that's those colors. I didn't talk about the needles or the yarn for the sock head hat. The needles I'm using are my bamboo needles. They're my Clovers in US 2 or a 2.75mm. And the yarn, the beautiful numminess that it is my Juniper Moon Farm Harriet Fine base, which is 75% alpaca and 25% polyamide or nylon. And the color is 2009. So that's that. That is all of that. I have a new whip, and I'm going to be finishing or working on that on this tonight, as well as the sock. Those are my goals for tonight. Which I think I need to add this other project. Well, I gotta dig it out first. So it is in. This project's actually in a project bag. It's this guy. It's what we would traditionally think of as a reusable shopping bag. So I'm in a very big military area, and we have the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. They provide a class to the sailors and Marines called Baby and Me, and it is a class that allows new parents to learn how to budget for their upcoming baby. They also get what's called a baby sea bag, so it is a bag like the one that they gave me, like my project bag, that is full of items for the baby. Some of it's new, and then they get a hand crocheted baby blanket that is by either 32 inches or a minimum of 32 inches and a maximum of 42 inches. So I can go 32 by 32 or 42 by 42. and anything in between there. So, but it has to be at least those. So here is what I have so far. It's kind of a lot, it's kind of not. Pull it out. It's heavy. It's a nice thick blanket. So I have this panel here, which, as you can see, there are some ends to sew in. This variegated color is Red Heart Super Saver. This is yarn that they've given me. It's not from my own stash. This is their Red Heart Super Saver in the Country French Country, that colorway. And this is the last skein that they gave me, which isn't much left. And then the yellow I'm using for an accent color is from my stash, because I doubt I would have enough otherwise. And it's looking like I may have to go get some blue from my stash, because I do have some. I'm pretty sure I have a blue that will match with this. But I'm also using a pale yellow. I don't know if it's cornflower or what it is, but it's their pale yellow by the Red Heart Super Saver. So that's going to get worked on tonight as well. I have 2 more panels that I need to crochet together, and then I'll crochet the 2 strips together, and then add a border. I'm going to pull out one of my crochet books and see about doing a shell border, shell stitch border, and hopefully I'll have enough yarn for that. So that is all of my whips. I did show you my one completed item already, which was this baby hat. That is now no longer a whip. It's complete. Yes. So one thing down, several more to go. Oh, the crochet baby blanket, by the way. I am using an H hook or a 5mm. And the Red Heart, ooh, there you go. The Red Heart Super Saver yarn is worsted weight, if you didn't know that. So that's that. So, let's talk about new projects that I have planned up. So I pulled out this skein. I showed this to you a couple of episodes ago. This is my Madeline Tosh in the Dandelion base, which is 90% superwash merino wool and 10% fine linen. It is super soft and squishy, and I'm going to be making another sock head beanie with this. And this is in the colorway Aquarius. So Madeline Tosh is doing a Toshology with Jimmy Bean's wool. And these are exclusive colorways to Jimmy Bean's. So I grabbed Aquarius, which was the very first color, and it's just this beautiful variegated purples. It's lovely. So that's another project. And then I pulled out the yarn for my next pair of socks, at least to get one sock started, and that is this guy. This is my Premier Yarns Wool Free Sock in the colorway Grand Canyon, and there's 50 grams. Yes, 50 grams in here, or 235 yards, and it is 93% acrylic and 7% PBT, which is polyamide. That's the nylon. Gives that squish, and it's just beautiful colors, and I can't wait to make these into socks. They do give you a pattern here, but I'm just going to use my basic sock pattern. Call it a day. So those are my upcoming projects that I have set aside yarn for. New acquisitions. Let's get into that guy, because I do have some things, some new stuff to talk about this week. If you hear noises in the background, my roommate and boyfriend are home and they're doing guy things in the apartment. So, new acquisitions. Let's go ahead and get into that, because I have the last subscription box of knitcrate that I paid for. So, that is this guy. Right here. Already opened it, as you saw, because I was too curious to see what it is. So, here's one of the skeins. Pretty foresty colors. And then I has got this color, which is very loud and colorful, as my boyfriend would say, but I like it. I actually think it's pretty fun. He's not so much into the fun stuff. And then I got 3 sets of needle things. So awesome. The first one here are my Addi Premium DPNs in US 8s or 5 millimeters. There's just 5 DPNs in there. And then I got some Addi Turbos, and this is a US 8 or 5 millimeter with a 16-inch cable. They're circulars, and they're metal. And then I got these ones, which are US 6s, which are a 4 millimeter and a 6-inch cable, and again, Addi Turbos with a metal whatchamacallit, metal needles. So, and they're circulars. Last couple items. Summer Snow Gourmet Gum. Looks like that. And then the card. It says, "Hi knitter, so you've completed your first project with straight needles. Congratulations." Haven't even started on that project yet. The yarn is sitting in my basket, and it will continue to sit there for a minute. Congratulations! Let's move on to circular knitting and DPNs. If you have any questions while working on this project, please contact Happy Knitting. So the yarn is Stonehenge Crazy Yarn, 1 skein for your project. It's a sport/DK weight yarn made of several fibers like alpaca, llama, merino wool, and more. And then this guy is Simplicity by Haiku, 1 skein for practice. This machine washable wool blend feels like butter in your hands while knitting, but is a true workhorse of a yarn. So they don't tell me what colorway this is, but this is the Simplicity, and this is in the color 938, and this is 55% merino superwash, 28% acrylic, and 17% nylon. And there is 50 grams of this. It does feel nice. I do like this one more than I like this one, but I think if once I wash this, it'll be okay. So that's the yarns that they sent me for the project, which, by the way, the project is a hat. Looks like that. 5 videos and a pattern. knitcrate Crazy Hat, approximately 2.5 hours of instructional video plus the pattern for you to create your second project, the knitcrate Crazy Hat. Gives me a place to access the pattern and my code. My fun extras are the Addi Turbos in US 6s and US 8s, and the Addi Premium DPNs. So we get 3 extras. Get ready to knit with some of the best and most popular needles on the market, loved by knitters worldwide. And my sweet or soothing extra, we hope you enjoy the enclosed sweet or soothing extra. It's just a little something to make your knitting time a bit more relaxing. That's the gum. So I will actually be putting this in my pocket for work, because after eating lunch, I do like to put gum, or chew on some gum to kind of get rid of the lunch food smell that goes on in my mouth. So that is all of my projects. I don't know how long we've been doing this, but I'm assuming it's been a while. Let's talk about my planner, which we are now officially starting a new month this week. So that is April. And so trying to stay on track. As you can see, there's not a whole lot going on, I didn't finish anything on Monday. I did finish the things that I wanted to on yesterday, Tuesday. Today I'm recording on Wednesday, which is really slight weird for me, but I am doing it. Last week, I volunteered last week, so that was fun. And then, when did I make minis? I made minis this week. I made them Sunday. Where's my pin at? So Sunday, I made minis. And I have something like 14 mini skeins made up. I just turned on some YouTube and made minis. I didn't dye them like I wanted to, but I did make them. So, and they got put away, and I'm not going to be touching them for the next 2 weeks. So we're going to just go ahead straight into blather. My journal is helping me stay on track. I do have today's goals written down. Sock, oh, and the baby blanket. Alright, so there. Updated my journal with all of my goals that I wanted to do tonight. So, blather. My mother-in-law, or the boyfriend's mother, is in town. And she's staying here with us at the apartment in the guest room. So, out of respect for her and her need for privacy, I'm not going in there if I can. As a response to that, I don't have access to all of my craft stuff that is here in the apartment unless I've thought to pull it out. With that being said, I'm going to be getting projects done. That's for sure going to happen now because I can only work on the projects that I have access to me. Which means that this guy will not be worked on because all of the yarn and the polyfill that I have is in the guest room, which I also wanted to do eventually, but I'll wait until she leaves. My stepmom got caught up in the birthday planning stuff, and so I didn't get a response back when I asked when my siblings' birthday party was, so I still have their gifts in the making, sadly. So, I'm going to go ahead and pull out these skeins of yarn because they don't need to go in this bag. Trying to organize a little bit and just stop moving around. But anyways, so we were going to go to a wine festival this weekend, but I guess my boyfriend who looked into it found out that they raised the prices of the festival. Yeah. So, because of that, we're not actually going to go, because it would be $125 for all three of us to go. That included DD, who's not getting any alcohol, they're just going to be getting access to the foods. That's a lot of money to try some local wines when we can go to any local store and do that, try a bunch of local wines for a lot more affordable. We can find something that's a little bit, even though we enjoy wine a lot, there's better things that we could be spending over $100 on. So, yes. Alex, my boyfriend, got his eval from work. He's not happy about that. So Saturday, when Alex's mom and I, Mamacita is what I refer to her as, when Mamacita and I go out to do girls' stuff on Saturday, he's going to have a buddy over, and they're going to just hang out and be boys, and talk about work, and try and re-solidify themselves, because Alex is an extremely hard worker. He has to be at work by 6, and he's the supervisor there. And he is also a representative of quality assurance within his workshop. So he thought he was going to get a better evaluation for this last year, and he didn't. And so he's not thrilled with it. So his buddy's going to come over while I'm doing Girls' Day, and he'll have Boys' Day. So that'll be nice for him to de-stress that way. Mia is doing great. For those of you who are new and don't know who Mia is my hedgehog. Yes, I have a prickly pants. She is very grumpy. We just changed her bed yesterday, and I'm looking at her because her cage is slightly down from where the camera is currently. And she got a bath, which she hates. And then we cuddled for a little bit. So, another thing, I've never seen Mia's tail before, unless she was running away from her wheel into her little igloo that she sleeps in. It's the only time I've seen her tail, and I've only seen it for a short spurt. Saw it for the first time. It was adorable, until I realized she wasn't just trying to, burrow herself and get comfy. She was pooping on me. I've had Mia since November of this last year, since 2015. She is 7 months old, and I got pooped on for the very first time. I think I'm winning, but at the same time I wish it never would have happened. So, little stink pot. But she's still cute, and she is now so fat that she can't completely close in on herself. You still see her front paws and her double chin. So, yeah. She only has a double chin when she's in her little ball form. Otherwise, she doesn't have a double chin. Or ham hocks, which I looked into hedgehog obesity, which is a thing. She's not obese by any means. She's just plump like a hedgehog is supposed to be. She enjoys her food, basically. So, I need to start transitioning her into a new food because I bought her new kitty food. And so you're supposed to mix the old kitty food with the new kitty food and do more and more of the new kitty food as the weeks go by. And that'll keep her from getting an upset tummy or getting sick or something like that, than rather just switching her over. Like, one day she gets the old, and the new day she just gets the new stuff. It's the same brand and everything like that, but the new one is a new formula and has a higher protein amount and a little extra fat. The one I have right now on her on is the 16% fat content. I'm taking her up to an 18% fat content. Because after talking to a few people, her fat content is a little low. But I may be overfeeding her, is what they're telling me. She's not fat by any stretch of the imagination or by hedgehog standards. She is fully grown now, but she enjoys eating. So she gets her mealworms, she gets her kitty food, she gets we'll supplement, sometimes put some egg in there, or we'll put other meats in there, unseasoned meats for her. So she has a pretty eclectic diet. We try to keep her from eating the same thing over and over. I don't know about you, but I would hate to eat the same thing. Actually, I do hate eating the same thing every day, all day. Day in and day out. So I actually get sick of that food and can't eat it anymore. Like, just smelling it makes me want to hurl because I've eaten so much of it. Case in point, bologna sandwiches. can't do bologna. Yuck. And Nutella. I've done that with Nutella too. And the funny thing is I want to love Nutella so bad. So bad. But I can't, I just can't. So, yes. So that is all my blather. And that is all my whips. That is all my new acquisitions. And my one finished project. So, I think that's everything, guys. And until next time, I will see you later.